Coming up next on Rugby Wrap-Up, Captain America talks LA Sevens. Rugby Wrap-Up brought to you in part by The Pig and Whistle, the world's best rugby pub, and Lean and Limber. Stretch your way to a healthier lifestyle. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Rugby Wrap-Up. Matt McCarthy and Steve Lewis in the studio, and we are welcomed again by Mr. Derek Lipscomb. And gentlemen, we have a special edition. We have a Sevens edition because the Vegas Sevens is no more, and it's moving to Los Angeles, Stephen.
We love Sevens. Derek and I love Sevens.
Live for it.
Live for it.
And, you know, it's a big move, right, guys?
Yeah.
Vegas, the whole thing is dead and done, and now it's going to Los Angeles.
I mean, there's a lot of memories there for me, so, you know, again, sentimental. So
We can't really talk about those on camera. I don't think we can talk about those.
I mean, you know,
camera.
it stays in Vegas, but I can still talk that it did happen at one point in time.
Better memories than he has.
That's a whole nother show, ladies and gentlemen.
He's a clean living man, that one.
But in the meantime, we have Mr. Dan Lyle, the architect of the move to Los Angeles for the Sevens, and it's a big move, and we were able to catch up with Mr. Lyle. Check this out. Daniel Lyle, thank you for joining us. You are, sir, of course, charged with moving of the Vegas Sevens to L.A. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Matthew.
Dan, I know you don't have much time, but we've got 7 reasons why people should go to the Los Angeles Sevens, and I'm outside freezing in New York, and that is reason number 1. What's reason number 2?
Reason number 1, yes, is 70-degree weather. Reason number 2 is that we're taking in consideration all 3 of the stakeholders for this event: the fans, the players, and the partners. And I think all 3 of those will be happy coming to Los Angeles.
Very good point. I would say, skipping to number 3, it's to get to rub elbows with stars. And I'm not just talking about those on Hollywood Boulevard, but there are some serious stars on the rugby teams across the world.
Yeah, certainly. These will be the best teams, right? They're getting ready for Tokyo. You know, we're seeing that this coming weekend. All the guys are back, minus maybe Falau New. So the best U.S. team is coming to this, and the best players from around the world. So the 12 Olympic teams, including Korea, funnily enough, will be here in L.A.
Number 4, I'd have to say the beaches. You got California beaches. You've got warmer weather than you did in Vegas. And it's all in a close proximity. In fact, where Carson is not far from the ocean at all.
No, it's about a 10-minute drive. So we have announcing it today, debuting on your show, Mike, is the Rugby Hub.
Mike?
So Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach, and Manhattan Beach. We have 25 bars, a rugby passport. We're replicating the good parts about Las Vegas, putting them here in Los Angeles, which is the Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach, and Manhattan Beach, 1 mile apart from each other, and 25 bars and restaurants. It's called the Rugby Passport, and people will go get stamps and drink specials, and there's hotels around that as well. So we call it the 20-20-20, 20 minutes from the airport, 20 minutes from the beach, and a 20-minute Uber ride to anything you want to do in Los Angeles. But all the rugby fans, have a look at la7srugby.com today at the Rugby Hub. Number
6 is a 2-parter. A, the only hookers in the lobbies will be rugby players, and B, you don't have to worry about your gambling addiction.
Yeah, well, certainly, you know, you could bet to your heart's desire if you want to on each of the teams. Look, the venue is will speak for itself, and the city will speak for itself. We just got to repopulate in people's minds, you know, why this event is so fun. And really, it starts with the festival. It starts with the stadium, and then it branches out. And you know, LA's just got so many great things to do.
And I got to say, reason number 7, although we're going to have a lot more reasons, could be the facility itself. Amazing.
Yeah, it's by far the best that we've ever done because it's a traditional, you know, field sport arena. It's where the Olympic rugby will be in 2028, men's and women's. So it's got all the amenities. It's had so many upgrades since it was 15 years ago. The Chargers have been there for a number of years. The Galaxy are there, and so it's got so many great things. And we'll, I think that when the fans walk in the doors, they'll be pretty amazed by how cool the venue is.
Well, I think we can also make the announcement. The ink is drying on the contract, but it looks like yours truly will be the in-stadium PA guy.
Yeah, and well, just to let you know, I didn't pay to be on this show, but we are going to pay you to come out there and kind of be the voice of the arena. And it's, look, you've earned it. The show is great. And really while rugby in America is growing on a continent, and it's hard to see that growth, I think LA and the major markets really need to embrace the sport, for the sport to really blow up in America like we all want it to be. So, getting LA and a run into the Olympics, getting some stuff in New York, and then filling in the middle is probably where we're all going. But it's great that we can have this bi-coastal relationship, and then all meet in LA, Matt.
All right, and with that, this is a work in progress, but I got to come up with a tri-call for the in-stadium stuff. So here's one I'm thinking of. Let me run it by you.
Yeah, we're as you said, the ink is not dry on that contract yet. So.
Good answer. Good answer. Anything else you want to add about this? Where can people get their tickets? What's going on? Are there seats left?
Yeah, I think the fundamentals is that what we're finding is that the USA Sevens is now the LA Sevens, right? That's the fundamental kind of conversation that we're all having there. And second most, that the stadium is smaller, 27,000. So if you put 1,000 or 2,000 fans times the 16 countries that are there, we get filled up pretty quickly. It's a late buy event as it was in Vegas, but it's filling up very quickly. The corporate hospitality is going off very, very well. So it'll fill up and it'll be a sellout. So the key is to get tickets now and contact us through LA7srugby.com. We have lots of group rates, lots of family rates, and lots of junior rates as well. So we're trying to make it as accessible as possible to everybody.
All right, man, I'm looking forward to it. And if for no other reason, I get to hang out with Matt Polar Bear Hawkins, who I am sipping this Dunkin' Donuts in reference to. He's the former captain of the Sevens team. Stars like him will be out there in Los Angeles. It's just a good thing all around.
Great. We'll look forward to seeing you. Thanks for having us.
Dan, one final thing before we let you go. We've turned his headset off so he can't hear this part of the interview. But Derek Lipscomb coming into the studio dressed like a slob. What's that?
Yeah, I mean, usually, you don't see below the waist, but in your show, it's it's all access. So maybe he's gonna have to pick it up from here.
And he's always dressed so well, and it's almost insulting that he came into the studio dressed.
Well, sometimes it's a comfort level, but as Ricardo Montalban used to say, is it better to look good or to feel good?
All right, deplane for the younger audience. Google those things. Daniel Lyle, thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Matthew McCarthy.
All right, back to the studio, boys. All right, so guys, you heard what he had to say. It's going to be a hit, big success. I'm looking forward to it personally.
Yeah, well, it's a new chapter, right? As I say, Vegas was a big weekend in USA Rugby, so to recapture the magic, you can't expect it to happen this year. It's easily a better facility. Los Angeles, a major international city of stature, not that Vegas wasn't, but from the purposes of World Rugby, and it's their commercial rights, remember, they own this property. For them, it makes more sense. That's where they want it to be. So, one door shuts, another opens.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
I mean,
Derek,
for
from
a
a
lot
player
of
standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, just from seeing, even where I kind of got like my start sevens wise on that big stage, it was Vegas for me. And so I'm thinking about, those college players, some of those younger club players that are going to get a chance to kind of play out on that field and, not only take that experience, but also understand that, this is what it's going to take if you want to play at the big leagues. And so, for them, that's going to be a stepping stone. And so for LA to kind of take that from Vegas, it's going to be a very interesting move. But, for a lot of those players, it's going to be their norm. So you got to make sure that, we can do it up as much as we can in this first year, kind of garner.
Very good point.
Yeah, as much interest as we can and then kind of build it up from there.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not a gambler. My life's a gamble, walking through the lobbies and the oxygen tanks, and not you, Steve, although seeing you running around in the late night in those, or early morning, who knows what it is.
Both.
But warm beaches of California beckoning us, guys. I mean, it's not bad.
A bad alternative at all.
Right?
Absolutely.
All right. We are basically out of time in this segment, but before we go, we have some surveillance footage from the world's greatest rugby pub, the Pig and Whistle on West 36th Street in New York City in the wee hours. And this footage may be disturbing for some, especially the little ones out there that might become a little bit disillusioned.
What, you mean a crime scene?
Alleged crime scene. Let's check out the footage.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
So
Caught
We-
red-handed.
we want to appeal to the alleged perpetrator and say that you can come on air, and if you do, no repercussions will be administered to you other than shooting the boot and returning the flag.
Whose
So
boot?
What would you say? Good looking, sort of 5'10", blonde.
kind of looks like you, but you were in
Blue
Jamaica.
eyes.
You have an alibi.
I have an alibi.
You have an alibi.
I have an alibi.
You have an
You're
alibi.
off the hook.
Blonde is
You made it out.
blonde, graying blonde. But if you have any information, please email info@rugbywrapup.com with any information. Thank you. But we're out of time. We're getting barked at in our ear. Thank you, Mr. Dan Lyle. Thank you, Mr. Derek Lipscomb. Thank you, Mr. Steve Lewis. I'm Matt McCarthy on behalf of all these gentlemen for Rugby Wrap Up here in New York City, signing off.